This man enjoyed a special kind of freedom in prison because there was an evil spirit sealed inside him. Even when it was time for his release, he refused to leave the cell. The new prison guard thought he was just messing with him and ordered Jotaro to leave. To prove he wasn't insane, Jotaro took the guard's gun right in front of everyone. He then pointed the barrel at his own head, but when the bullet was fired, it was caught by an invisible hand. The other prisoners were on the brink of losing it, but Jotaro didn't care. Jotaro had been imprisoned a few days ago for fighting. He didn't want to leave because he feared his evil spirit would harm others. The guards were at a loss, so they called Jotaro's mother, hoping that she could make Jotaro listen. When she arrived, they thought she would be able to convince him, but what they saw was something truly bizarre. When his mother shouted Jotaro's name, he told her she was being too noisy and to shut up. She complied. Seeing her son possess such power, Jotaro's mother quickly called her father, Joseph, from overseas. However, when Jotaro met Joseph, he was deeply disappointed. He just wanted his grandfather to disappear. In an instant, Jotaro snapped off Joseph's little finger. Joseph was shocked, not realizing how strong the evil spirit inside his grandson was. To prepare Jotaro for handling future crises alone, Joseph had called his old friend Abutaru for help from Egypt. Jotaro didn't care for Abutaru, finding him unattractive and doubting his ability to help him escape prison. Then Abutaru made an odd hand gesture, and a monster with a human body and a chicken head emerged from him. It turned out Abutaru also had an evil spirit, which they called the Red of the Magician. The difference was Abutaru could control the spirit at will. The spirit unleashed flames that pinned Jotaro to the wall, and no matter how hard Jotaro struggled, he couldn't break free. Meanwhile, the temperature in the prison began to rise rapidly. The guards were shocked, having noticed nothing unusual before. Jotaro was now being forced to leave his cell, and his evil spirit emerged, breaking free from Abutaru's restraints. The invincible Platinum Star appeared, with an imposing presence and terrifying power. As expected, Platinum Star effortlessly pushed Abutaru back, sending him into a panic. Abutaru, originally here to help, realized if he didn't fight back, he would die. He used his ultimate technique, trapping Jotaro against the prison door with scorching air that made it impossible for Jotaro to breathe. Jotaro's evil spirit began to weaken, and Joseph told him that the evil spirit was made from his own life energy, a powerful fantasy, essentially a stand. Jotaro, now knowing the truth, became even more unwilling to leave the prison. He feared that his power would harm others. Jotaro felt uncomfortable and kicked a table behind him, destroying the toilet in one swift move. Water shot out 10 meters high, extinguishing the flames on Jotaro's body. Not wanting to care about the consequences, Jotaro unleashed his full power. He didn't care about anything anymore, and just as he was about to attack Abutaru turned and fled, realizing if he didn't leave, Jotaro would kill him. Jotaro didn't understand what was going on. He had just gotten excited, and now Abutaru was giving up. Jotaro was furious with Abutaru's behavior. It turned out that Jotaro had already left the prison, and Abutaru's mission was complete. Jotaro had been tricked. He hadn't realized it, but now he couldn't say anything. He could only leave the prison. Later, they went to a cafe. Jotaro was very curious about the stand abilities. Joseph took out some photos and explained that 4 years ago, a cargo ship had retrieved a coffin from the Atlantic Ocean, which had been over 100 years old. His investigation revealed that the coffin's owner was Jotaro's great-great-grandfather, Dio, Joseph's grandfather. However, when the coffin was discovered, the body inside had disappeared. Joseph was certain that the evil incarnation McRae was behind this. This body was the one that Joseph and Abutaru were tracking. It was their family's mission. Jotaro didn't believe it, but then Joseph smashed a $100,000 vintage camera, and a photo appeared. This was Jotaro's stand ability. Joseph could imprint distant images on film using